Is this thing recording? I hope it's recording. Okay, so first off, I put on a shirt for you guys because that's how much I love you. But I did not put on pants because I don't love you that much. Okay, so Thranduilmon was very amused by a post that I posted a few days ago, or possibly yesterday, or possibly the day before that. At some point, I posted a post that Thranduilmon was very amused by, and I sort of promised, at a moment when I forgot how much I hate being on camera, to do a live reading of it, because I make bad choices in my life. Now let me see if I can find the post. I did not think this all the way through and should have pulled this up already, but I was getting impatient. Scrolling. Oh, wow. I have posted a lot since then. I'm going through the debate with Bolg about mating last night. Nope. Oh, there's the other thing I was going to do a live read of. Yeah, that's right, you get a live read of other things too. Where is it? Come on, I know you're in here. I apologize for how useless I am. Oh, here we go. No, wait, no, it's down here somewhere. Ah, here we go. Found it. Oh. Okay, first of all, the post is regarding this book, which I read in about a day. I found it in Barnes & Noble the other day. It turned out to be really good. It's called The School for Good and Evil. And it's an easy read. Although at points, it has moments of feeling a bit like My Immortal and the eternal war between the Goths and the Preps with the eternal battle for good and evil in the book. Although, it's still pretty good. But, the two main characters, Sophie and Agatha, and the entire book spends, the author spends the entire book foreshadowing their relationship. And so, this was the reason for this post, because I thought, there's no way that you can do this much foreshadowing. You guys can't see my hand movements, but I talk with my hands, like, constantly. But, there's no way you can do this much foreshadowing of a pairing and then not have it become canon. And I knew it was a series, because I had seen, let's see, back here, the ad for the second book. So I knew it was serious, and so I said, okay, well, obviously it's going to be endgame for the series. Hence the post. Now I'm nervous. I swear, if Sophie Agatha isn't endgame for this series, I'm going to throw something. And then about, let's see, we'll say about here whenever I made that post. And then, let's see, we'll say, this is the page that it actually happened on. I was expecting it to take a whole series, but no. So, backing up again, that was a hell of a lot sooner than I was expecting. And then I did another reply later. Having read spoilers for the second book, I'm going to reiterate my original point that if Sophie Agatha isn't endgame for this series, I'm going to throw something. Because according to the spoilers I read, I think they split up in the second book, or maybe they split up and then get back together, or I don't know. I just know that something happens to them in the second book, and it's implied that Tedros is involved, because the second book is called, A World Without Princes, which was another of the foreshadowy things that I had mentioned, because Agatha at one point wishes for a world without princes, and she spends the entire book obsessing about Sophie, and complaining about boys, so it's like, put chin in hand and think. Let's see, I actually did manage to generate one question for this thing, so let me see if I can manage to keep my camera on me while I read it. Here we go. Warhorn of Gondor, excuse me, said, what is your favorite aspect about Azog? What qualities does your muse possess that you wish you had? Okay, now first off, I'm going to say I know that Azog is pronounced Azog. I'm aware of this. However, I have as you can probably tell by now, I have a southern accent. And said accent means that I can't pronounce names like Azog correctly without making a conscious effort. I live in Georgia. We don't learn to pronounce things correctly around here. A's are ah, especially at the start of a word. So, anyway, that doesn't matter. I just, at some point during DOS the other day, I realized I've been pronouncing Azog wrong the entire time. And I feel bad about that, but I can't help it. Okay, what is your favorite aspect about Azog? Okay, you all know how much I love his relationship with Bolg. I mean, that was part of what made me fall in love with the character. Last year, whenever I started playing Bolg, was my love of their relationship. Because, and I've said this 1,000 times before, and you're probably all getting tired of it, but Bolg, after his father's death, spent 141 years hunting down not just the dwarves that killed him, but any dwarf connected to those dwarves. And you do not spend 141 years hunting down your father's killers unless you love your father, unless you're completely devoted to your father. I mean, the twins, Eladan and Elrohir, are regarded as heroes for hunting down orcs because they hurt Celebrind. And I just saw a thing today talking about how killing a dwarf is, the son of that dwarf, the daughter of that dwarf, is going to then hunt down the person who killed that dwarf because of the bond between them, and this is hailed as a good thing. And then you've got Bolg, who does the same thing for Azog for 141 years. And I think if there's one thing that's going to make me fall in love with a character, it's a close relationship with another character. This has always been true. One of the oldest shows that I remember being really super into, one of the first shows that I really fandomed over, even before I knew what fandom was. I was 8 years old at the time. The internet was not even a thing. This was in the 90s, was Digimon. And one of the things that I loved about that was the bond between the Digidestined and their Digimon. And that's always been the thing that has drawn me to characters, is their bond with other characters. If a character is a hermit, and if the character doesn't have any other characters that they have a bond with, then I'm probably not going to attach myself to that character. And I'll leave the psychological implications of that to other people, because I've very rarely had that bond with anyone. So maybe I'm projecting my own desires onto fictional people. But we won't get into that. Oh, let me think. What was the other question? What qualities does your muse possess that you wish you had? Oh, that is a very good question, because I disagree with about 90% of Azog's personality. Or, well, I say his personality. His actions. I don't actually condone them. And I want to make that absolutely clear. Azog does a lot of things that make me go, Azog, can you please? I don't approve of his actions. I don't approve of him torturing Brand. I don't approve of him not giving Teal'c his shots. That's another name I'm probably pronouncing wrong. I don't approve of most of what he does, but I don't know, I've attached myself to this loser, and now I'm stuck with him. I just realized you can see part of my pop collection behind me. I love them so much. You can see Fury and Wonder Woman and part of Daisy right behind my head, and that's great. But you can't see Princess Azog. Ah, no! Oh. Okay. Chandra Nala R, more names I mispronounced, and Anna. Come on, girls, stop jumping off. They don't stay on the shelf very well. I need to move them, but I have to move my ponies around, as you can see. I have to do some rearranging on my toy shelf. Come on, Anna. Stay put, baby. No. Don't make... She's not gonna stay. Princess Azog wants to be in the video too. Okay, I still haven't answered the question. What qualities does my muse possess that I wish you had? I should have spent the intervening time instead of getting impatient and actually thought about this. I guess I wish I had his charisma, because so many people seem to attach themselves to him, and I've played him. I've created this situation for him where he's an orc that orcs would follow. They follow him because, not just because he's strong. His people, he's united his people more than normally happens among orcs, because orcs are very they're hard to unite. I mean, we see that in the Two Towers, because you've got these orcs working together, and some of them were working for Saruman, and some of them were working for Sauron, and they don't, even the ones that are working for the same people don't get along. So, and this is just a small group. I can't remember what the eventual numbers were, but there were just a few hundred, and Azog has all the orcs of the north, and he's united them. And I maintain that he's the one that united them, not Sauron. Sauron came up, and Sauron was like, well, you've got all the orcs of the north, and I need an army. And Azog was like, well, what you give me for them? So, I maintain that Azog was the one who united them before Sauron turned up. Maybe he united them for Sauron, but I don't think it was Sauron who did that, because I think Sauron at the time did not have the strength to. So I would love to have that level of charisma. I don't have charisma. I occasionally venture into charisma levels, and if you understand that reference, you get a cookie. This video is longer than 12 minutes now, so I'm gonna stop it. I hope you guys enjoyed my dumb voice, and oh hey, this thing has effects on it. I'm gonna do an effect right quick before I cut off. Let's see. I don't spend a lot of time playing with my webcam. Oh, look, I'm sparkly. Okay, I'm gonna cut off now. Later, guys.